meat eaters in the wild are constantly on the prowl for food. Sometimes they meet and clash. Have you ever seen a hawk hunt a pheasant? What about a wolverine trying to steal a bear's kill? If you want to see some wild animal clashes, stick around as we count down the 15 deadliest battles between carnivores. Number 15. Snake versus lion. There aren't many videos where snakes go head to head with lions, but this next clip is one of them. A gigantic python lunges at a lion, but the lion is quick and maneuvers around the python, seeking to find the ideal place to strike. When the lion decides to engage, they are caught in a fight to the death. I don't know for sure what happened in the end, but it appears that the snake managed to get away. Two lions notice a cobra sticking its head out of the dense grass. They creep up a little closer, but they retain their distance since they don't want to annoy the snake. A black mamba comes close to eating a dead lion, but it is unsure if the lion is dead, so it first checks to be sure. Before attempting to consume the big body, the snake hits the lifeless lion 2 times without feigning fear. It doesn't take the mamba long to realize the prey is far too large to fit in its mouth. When you assume the lion will win in the fight with this gigantic python, the snake surprises you by devouring the lion and swallowing it up. Is this happening, or am I having a mental lapse? The Fanatic brings you all the best content you want to see when it comes to the animal kingdom. If you want to see the latest confrontations between animals and the best animal videos, please subscribe now. We post new videos every day for your entertainment. Number 14. Hawk versus pheasants. Watch this hawk hunt a pheasant in slow motion. You can see it reaching for the pheasant with its powerful talons, but the pheasant tries to escape. The hawk is too powerful, and there's nothing the pheasant can do. This hunter uses a hawk to capture prey, and you can see him walk out of the forest with his hawk on his arm, holding on to a dead pheasant. This hairless hawk attacks a pheasant in what looks like a driveway. Don't ask me what these two are doing there, but the battle is violent until there's no longer any movement, and the pheasant is dead. Another kill by this hunter and this hawk. The hawk stands on the pheasant until his handler comes to pick it up. That's a well-trained hawk. Number 13. Snapping turtle versus snake. To finish off this water snake, this turtle goes underwater for a quick bite. The snake's health has deteriorated to the point where it is unable to flee. Although the video's presumed target is a snapping turtle, the snake is going to discover that the ninja turtles are for real. The snake repeatedly lunges at the turtle, but the turtle is unimpressed. The snake then slides into the turtle's open mouth like it was trying to drop a bomb, but the massive jaws of the turtle crush it numerous times. The snake gets shattered to bits by the turtle, who then pulls it into the water and ends the game. When it snaps the snake's head off, this next turtle decides to treat itself to a special meal. Number 12. Wild dogs versus hyena. This hyena is in big trouble, and it's not cracking any jokes either. A large pack of wild dogs has surrounded the hyena and is trying to fend off the attacks, but they're coming in spurts from all sides. There's just too many dogs taking a shot at the hyena. I'm actually impressed by how the hyena is able to maintain its cool and stand its ground with so many dogs harassing it for such a long period of time. Wild dogs and hyenas can get along just fine if there's plenty of food for everyone, but a lack of prey can drive them both out of their protected zones. The hyena is everyone's worst nightmare, and that includes all wild dogs. When wild dogs and hyenas meet, there is lots of talk but little action. This is because neither of them wants to be the one to initiate contact. While the hyenas banter and giggle, the wild dogs sit and contemplate. This minor brawl breaks out amongst the wild dogs surrounding these two hyenas. Hyenas and dogs both have opinions. The dogs serenade these hyenas while the hyenas crack a few jokes of their own. The animals scatter into the forest after a little bit of grumbling on both sides. There will always be conflict between wild dogs and hyenas because they're both out looking for the same thing, food. Number 11. Tasmanian devil fight. In the Sydney Zoo, a fight between two Tasmanian devils ends with growling. Sounds more like they're singing a bad song, and after quieting down for a few seconds, they go at it again. I guess one of them gets fed up and walks away. This time, 3 Tasmanian devils have an argument over food. Who gets what and who eats first is another story. Fights between animals are usually about food, territory, and females. somewhat the same reasons why humans fight. Thankfully, animals don't know about the existence of money yet. These two Tasmanian devils play tug of war with a piece of fresh meat. At least they're not yelling, and they're doing something about it. They each get a piece of it when it breaks, but one devil has more than the other. This Tasmanian devil chases a hen and puts on a show. The hen loses a bunch of feathers, but it survives the attack for the time being. A handler comes and removes the chicken from the enclosure. This Tasmanian devil does not want to let go of this man's shoe and just hangs on until the man is able to brush it off. Number 10. Hyena versus lion. This lone male lion is trying to defend itself against a clan of hyenas, but alone against so many hyenas, even a male lion will have trouble. However, when a second male lion shows up, the game changes, and now the hyenas need to watch themselves. They begin to cackle as the lion sees his friend approach, so he gets a burst of energy because of this, and begins to counterattack, and when his friend joins the fight, the hyenas retreat. In our thumbnail, this hyena carries the severed head of a lioness. I'm not sure how that happened, but it's always heartbreaking to see this sort of stuff. This next clip is one of my favorites. Just when you think this lioness is about to be killed by this clan of hyenas, the cavalry arrives, and the hyenas are ambushed by the rest of the pride coming to the rescue. It's just amazing how the hyenas panic and scamper off as fast as they can. In this next footage, this female lion is not as lucky as in the previous clip, and this clan of hyenas eventually gets the better of the lioness, even though she is a fierce opponent. There are just too many hyenas biting her, and she eventually succumbs to the attack. Number 9. Cheetah versus deer. This cheetah slowly walks up to this poor baby deer laying on the ground. The cheetah smells the deer and quickly picks it up, carrying it in its paws, prepping it for an early breakfast. Although the cheetah is not the largest cat, it is the fiercest, making escape difficult when it goes on the hunt. However, the gazelle is exceedingly swift and is armed with a pair of long horns capable of inflicting serious injury. A cheetah decides to hunt a gazelle in this clip. It's a race between two of the world's fastest land animals. The cheetah clings on the gazelle's rear end, but it's not easy. The gazelle is large and strong, and it continues to kick the cheetah, which is having a difficult time strangling the gazelle. The cheetah receives assistance from its offspring, yet it's still extremely difficult for them to bring down the gazelle. The gazelle outmaneuvers the adult cheetah and stabbing it in the midsection. The gazelle's horns pierce the cheetah's flesh, and the gazelle eventually flees. The gazelle is in poor health, but the cheetah is considerably worse. As you can see, the gazelle's horns have punctured her side. The cheetah will be unable to hunt because of this injury, which could spell the death for her and her offspring. This cheetah chases a deer, and both are running at maximum speed, so it's inevitable that the cheetah catches up to the deer because it's faster. The cheetah gave it a good run, but it just wasn't fast enough. This cheetah grabs this deer in the middle of the road and does not let it run away, even though there are cars trying to pass. The cheetah looks around, and once again, as the deer tries to get up, the cheetah brings it down again. Number 8. Fox versus raccoon. During this next footage, a fox attacks a very vocal raccoon and chases it into the forest. On a cold winter day, a fox challenges a raccoon. The fox isn't very confident, and the raccoon just waits to see what the fox will do. The fox slowly advances, and the raccoon slowly backs up, but nothing unravels. Another night cam shows a fox launching an attack on a raccoon by jumping on it, but the raccoon is able to scoot out of the way before the fox even lands on the ground. The fox keeps looking for the raccoon. During another night's encounter, a fox threatens a raccoon when the raccoon approaches a dead animal's carcass. The fox wants it all for himself, hence the reason for chasing the raccoon away. Number 7. Wolf versus bear. This wolf sneaks up on this black bear and bites it in the bum. The bear turns around and chases the wolf, but the wolf is quick enough to run away and not be seen by the bear again. A few wolves are vying for this bear's kill. The bear will not permit this and will fiercely defend its kill. The wolves continue to bite him one by one, causing the bear to see stars. After a while, approximately 15 wolves encircle the bear, but the bear maintains its position. Finally, the wolves give up and flee. Wolves are daring animals, and they will never hesitate to fight a bear, particularly for food. But bears are strong adversaries, and wolves will rarely overpower a bear unless the bear is hurt, or the wolves. Otherwise, they will almost certainly lose. Ocelot versus iguana. Ocelots hunt prey on the ground and climb trees. They are carnivores, which means they eat solely meat. Ocelots are nocturnal and hunt at night, although have been observed hunting as early as dusk or as late as sunrise. An ocelot's coloration varies from pale yellow to dark reddish gray, but all have dark spots and stripes. Despite their small size, ocelots are excellent hunters, as this ocelot demonstrates when it ambushes an iguana for food. It finds the iguana in a tree and jumps up for it, and it's easy peasy for the feline. This ocelot has just killed an iguana and is carrying it somewhere safe so it can eat it in peace. Number 5. Wolverine versus bear. A black bear has infiltrated the territory of a wolverine. Wolverines are fiercely territorial and would protect their area against any animal regardless of its size. Most animals, including bears, big cats, and wolves, avoid encounters with wolves due to their ferocity, fearlessness, and fighting abilities. This wolverine can take down a full-grown caribou, but today, he's saving his energy because he's found a frozen dinner. It takes the keenest nose to pick up the scent of a carcass in winter. Wolverines outmatch most other animals with their skill, but then they must contend with each other. Within minutes, the competition arrives. This is when the true Wolverine nature kicks into the max. The semi-retractable claws come out and the specialized teeth are bared. It's all-out war. The defender gets the upper claw and wins his meal back. A curious Wolverine approaches a bear eating a kill. The bear doesn't appreciate the Wolverine approaching uninvited and lets him know. The Wolverine is cautious but doesn't back down. It has the audacity to get even closer as the bear continues eating. This black bear sent packing as it tries to take this Wolverine's food. The Wolverine stands its ground and the bear abandons the attack. A Wolverine engages with a puma and it doesn't take long before the puma runs away. Wolverines remind me a lot of honey badgers and have the same courage and will. Number 4. Lion versus deer. This pride of lions chases a deer into the water to take it down. A few male lions join the hunt and begin to pull the deer towards land when the deer gets up again. This is very surprising with so many lions around it, but it doesn't take long before the male lions put the deer back down. The lions begin to eat the deer in the water with crocodiles roaming around, looking to get a taste of the kill. Another hunt which takes place in the water. This lioness tries to control a large deer in the water, but the deer kicks out and manages to free itself and escape. Both animals leave the waterhole in different directions. These lions leap into the air to capture this deer, and when all the animals fall to the ground, the lions are able to finish the deer off without a problem. I don't know how this doe finds itself in this lion's enclosure, but it does, and 2 lions try to grab it. The doe is resilient and manages to escape the grip of the big cats and jumps into the water under the applaud of the crowd cheering it on. In the end, the animal was saved, but it was so badly injured, zoo officials had to put it down. Number 3. Crow versus hawk. Crows frequently harass larger predatory birds with the purpose of stealing their food. This hawk is still in its infancy, and the crows take full advantage of its inexperience by hitting it constantly. Regardless, the hawk's keen talons and formidable beak continue to guard its prey. However, the issue remains. Why would smaller birds risk battling a larger predator to avoid being injured or even killed during a period of abundant food? This hawk has captured a baby crow before landing on a roof. The other crows come to the help of the captured crow, but the hawk is already eating it. When the crows land on the roof, the hawk just moves a little to the side and continues eating. I don't think the hawk cares about the crow's presence. This crow harasses a hawk with a kill. The crow is gutsy because the hawk could easily kill it, but the hawk is more concerned about its kill and remains on top of it to the crow's dismay. Number 2. Tadpole shrimp versus fairy shrimp. Tadpole shrimp and fairy shrimp are true survival artists. They are living fossils that have remained unchanged since the dinosaur era. Suspended animation is their ruse. They live only when it is beneficial to do so. A tadpole shrimp is on the lookout for fairy shrimps. Both animals are introduced in the first clip. In the second clip, a tadpole shrimp is seen attacking a group of fairy shrimps, swimming frantically through the group in an attempt to catch one. The final clip demonstrates another hunting approach using a stationary, reclining tadpole shrimp. It is creating a stream with its paddle-like periopods called phylopods to suck the prey towards it. After several futile attempts at evading capture, one fairy shrimp is apprehended. The identical clip is displayed a second time at half speed. You can watch how the tadpole shrimp consumes the fairy in the last clip. This tadpole shrimp waits for the right opportunity to eat some fairy shrimp. Number 1. Dingo hunting. This dingo corners a poor wallaroo who stands his ground against the growling dingo. The dingo is vicious, but as a youngster, he is a little unsure of what to do. These dingoes hunt an Asiatic water buffalo, and this is no small animal. They try and isolate it, but it's much too big for the dingoes, and they abandon the hunt. A dog barks at a lizard, and when the lizard tries to escape, the dog runs after it and grabs it by the tail. The lizard manages to free itself, but the dog is tenacious and continues hounding the reptile. If the lizard remains still, the dog doesn't attack it. The dog decides to go for the kill and goes straight for the lizard's neck and makes the kill. Some of these carnivores are deadly, but my favorite has to be the wolverine. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of the 15 deadliest battles between carnivores. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.